Manufacturers, if you want to be seen as the expert in your industry, then you need to share your knowledge online. That means creating social media posts and creating other types of content that maybe go on your website and everything, where you're sharing your knowledge and educating people about what you do. You've got a whole load of knowledge up there that you can tell us all about. And in doing so, you're going to position yourself as the expert in your industry so that when it comes time to purchasing what you have to offer, whether that's a product or a service, you're going to be the obvious choice. You can create all the marketing content that you want that tells people that you're experts and tells people you know what you're doing. But if you demonstrate that knowledge to us and demonstrate that you know what you're doing, it's going to be so much more powerful, so much more effective. You're going to be the go to people in your sector. Think about your own experiences as a customer. What was the last thing that you bought? What was the last service that you purchased? Or what was the last thing that you bought for your business? How did you go about researching that? Did you see lots of content beforehand? And where did that content come from? Was it just that company just pushing their product and telling you why it's the best and why you should buy it? Or were they putting out useful things and helpful information for you that made you think, when you needed that thing, that they are the go-to people? Just have a think back to what you might have bought recently. An example that I've got from recently is when I was looking into buying a course for doing my drone training. I went online to find out, what the requirements were, because I didn't even know at that stage what was required. And I came across a website, went to it, and it had a brilliant article written all about, the training and what was involved and what that would allow you to do and everything like that. And it was very clear, and I liked the way it was written. I phoned these people up and they gave me a little bit more information, and then I understood what I needed to do. Now I had a little bit of a look round and I found that I could actually get the course cheaper through other suppliers, but I went back to the original place where I'd found this information because by that point I really trusted them. I had a high level of trust with them. I liked the way they delivered the information. They were helpful. They kind of given me something already. And so to me, they were the obvious choice, even though they were more expensive than the competitors. And I think the same can apply for you as well. If you're being seen as the experts, you can probably afford to raise your prices a little bit and people will still buy from you. Now, I realize, when you're hearing this, you're probably thinking, well, I don't want to share all of my knowledge and all of my expertise because competitors might take that, or there might be some IP and confidentiality reasons why you can't. Think about other ways that you can be helpful to your customer. Let's take the example of people that supply lighting. They don't need to give away all their secrets about how they design their lighting, the suppliers they use, how it's made, and everything like that. But they can put out really useful content around lighting. Maybe they're talking about the IP ratings and how you install lighting in a bathroom, for example. Information that's really helpful to their potential customers. So when you're searching for how to install your lighting, for example, you find their article and it's all about, the IP ratings that you need to install lighting in a bathroom, what that means, etc., and maybe some other useful tips. And then you've landed on their website and you see, oh, they make some really nice bathroom lighting. I go in there and before you know it, they're a customer. Think about ways that you can be helpful around your subject without giving away, any sort of industry secrets and that sort of thing, because I totally get why you might not want to do that. I would say give away as much as you can when it comes to that as well, because the more knowledge you share, the more you're going to be seen as the expert and the more it's going to increase your leads and sales. You have to stay consistent with this stuff and you have to keep putting the useful content out there, whether that's videos like this or whether it's articles, blog posts, whatever it is. Keep it going, keep putting it out there over time. And before you know it, you'll have a whole bank of useful information and people will start finding you. They'll start finding your website. They'll start noticing you on social media as the go-to experts for whatever it is that you sell or the service that you provide, and your name will get out there, it will get shared, etc. It's a bit like this YouTube channel. What we're doing here is we're trying to put out useful information and help and advice. Of course, not everyone's going to become a customer. We're putting ourselves out there and we're trying to be helpful so that people, when they do need a video and they need some training or whatever it is, they might well come to us. But we've got to keep putting it out there consistently. Consistency is the key. So, in putting out all this information and sharing your knowledge, you are going to become the obvious choice when it comes to buying. I promise you it's going to work. Have a go. So, if you've enjoyed this and found it useful, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Please share with colleagues and other people within the industry who may find it useful, and we'll see you next time.